Morning, everybody. Thank you. What a wonderful occasion to be here today. What great weather we have. It's really a very good occasion. It's a long time in coming. It's a real important project for me. This is one of those projects where you can get everybody from every walk of life involved in this project. It's designed to allow the very youngest child to our oldest seniors to people who have mobility issues to be able to participate in the garden. So really, this project, I've always been a firm believer that you can find a silver lining in everything bad. Well, this garden that existed here prior to Ida was heavily damaged in Hurricane Ida. So it gave us an opportunity to rebuild it and make it something better than it was in the beginning. And my good friend Sal LaRock with Dawn Busters, if you know Mr. Sal, he came to me right after I got elected and said, I want to build a garden that seniors and children can participate. And if you know Sal, you can't tell Mr. Sal no. I said, Mr. Sal, we're going to make it happen. So this has provided an opportunity to add to this garden. This garden was started by the LSU Cooperative Extension Service. We've doubled it in size in order to be able to incorporate what the Dawn Busters Kiwanis Club wanted to do, and that is to have our seniors who know much about gardening teach our school children how to actually garden, because that's something that you don't see many kids participate in anymore. So this is a great project for that. And later on, I'm going to let Miss Debbie Chatoon, who's our chief architect and designer of this project, explain exactly what it does. But I want you to notice something very unique in it, and that the beds are raised. As I get older, I can't bend over as long as I used to. I just had my knee replaced, so I can't kneel. So these gardens, if you notice, are designed to raise, so us seniors like myself don't have to bend over as far and as long as we did. So that's one of the key features in it. I just want to take a moment to thank JBI and Debbie Chatoon and the Dawn Busters and all those who spent such countless hours designing this facility, going through the construction, inspecting it, making sure everything is done right. It goes hand in hand with our forested walking trail. When we built this park, we needed to have a forest. And that was one of the things that was heavily damaged by Katrina. But the walking trail is now, if it's not finished being repaired, it is under repaired. And as you know, if you walk through it, it teaches you about the different species of trees we find here in Jefferson Parish. There are little placards on each tree. So it goes hand in hand with our walking trail. Before I finish up my remarks and let Miss Debbie get up here and explain what it is that this particular garden does, I do want to mention, if you haven't seen it yet, last year we were fortunate to dedicate a memorial to Lynn Parker. Lynn Parker was one of the most dedicated, giving civic leaders I've ever met in my life. Volunteered thousands of hours for this community, no matter what cause it was. And when we lost her, we lost a lot in this parish, so I thought it fitting that we do a memorial to her. And if you haven't seen it yet, if you walk right down this trail, about 100 yards or so, you'll see a memorial to Lynn Parker. And that was also that assistance was also provided by JBI to build that as well. I want to thank Debbie Chatoon and JBI, Miss Arlita Terrell, Mr. Sal LaRock. Where's my little ball of energy at? He's got to be around here somewhere. Oh, there he is right there. For all of his countless hours on this project. And I found out this morning we have a young man named Mason. Mason, where are you at? He was here. Mason with Southern Cutters. This young man helped donate all the vegetable plants that you see here and help plant them, make them grow. So Mason, thank you, and Southern Cutters for your work in this as well. Our recreation staff, Leo Webb, this is a recreational facility. He's always been great. When we tell them we want to do something, they chip in and assist us in doing it. Our council staff, my staff, Danielle Martinez, who helps put together all of these events, our public information officer, our general services department, they always do a great job in setting all these tents up. We wouldn't be able to do any of this without them. So with that, I would like to turn the microphone over to Ms. Debbie Chatoon to talk about, I'm sorry, I'm out of order. I'm going to get myself in trouble. Ms. Arlita Terrell with Jefferson Beautification, Inc., to just give you a little bit of history of it.
Good morning. I'll be brief, but this is a very proud moment for us. As Dino said, my name is Arlita Terrell. I'm the president of Jefferson Beautification. And for those of you who may not be familiar with Jefferson Beautification, we're a nonprofit organization. We're currently 33 years old. We started in Jefferson Parish. We've been working in Jefferson Parish 33 years. And if you can recall some newspaper articles from the late 90s, you see that Ms. Beulah Oswald, who was our executive director at that time, worked very closely with the community, with our Jefferson Parish officials, with the different departments to have a voice and ensure the citizens of Jefferson Parish had a voice in determining what in the world are we going to do with these 47 acres of land that was all trees back at that time when the Zephyr Stadium was built. And it was the last piece of large undeveloped land here in Jefferson Parish. And I know Mr. Mike Quigley, who was the director of the recreation department at the time, can remember the countless meetings and the different ideas that came up regarding this 47-acre tract of land. And what you see here today is the result of many organizations that were concerned, like we were, with the preservation of trees, with the preservation of Louisiana native plants and shrubs, and being in a position to further educate our children for generations to come about the preservation of nature, the importance of nature. And so Jefferson Beautification has dedicated itself to not only working with the parish and becoming a major partner in the development of this LaSalle tract, but educating and working with the youth of Jefferson Parish to teach them the importance of gardening, the economic benefits of trees. And so we're not only a tree preservation group, but we're also a community group that's concerned with educating and raising money to further the work that we do here in LaSalle Park and other places throughout the parish. So I just want to personally thank Deano Bonano. Our original garden was just half of this size. It was our agrarian garden. This area that you're in today is called the Arboretum, and it's part of what we call the Nature Center. As Deano talked about, we have a boardwalk, and if you have time, because we're going to be here until 2 o'clock, we have vendors and booths, and we have plans to give away. We're going to have fun and enjoy, the outdoors a little bit today, so hang out with us. But there's a nature trail in the back, as Deano talked about. And that nature trail has many of the Louisiana native plants that you can see, and trees, and some animals too. They're not alive, but they'll have but they have their names and everything on. It's very educational and it's very nice, and it's one of our best kept secrets. So if you have a chance to walk, through the nature trail, I encourage you to go to the nature trail and check it out. But welcome to all of you. I want to thank all of the people that Deano thanked. I don't want to be redundant and go through all of the names again, but this was a great partnership between Jefferson Beautification and the Dawn Busters Kiwanis that Deano helped put together. And so we're just happy and proud to be here this morning. And thank all of you for coming. We look forward to the seniors and the special needs population working in our gardens and helping to continue what we've been doing for the last 15 years. And last but not least, I do want to send a shout out to Chris in the LSU Ag Center. Can y'all wave your hands, Chris? Chris is out here. He's been out here how many years, Chris? About 10 years. He maintains the gardens and keeps everything growing and flourishing, and have workshops and different events to further educate people about what we do and the importance of planting and growing. So again, thank all of you. Thank you. What you say, Chris?
We have an excellent force of master gardeners
Yes.
that work with the Ag Center, and they've been really maintaining that garden. Great.
For those that didn't hear, he said the master gardeners have been working with him and maintaining the garden. And so at this time, I'd like to present or introduce to you Ms. Debbie Satoon. She's our project director. Debbie has put in countless hours with making this project a reality. So Debbie, come on up.
Thank you, Arlita. It's a wonderful day for us to enjoy this garden. There's not a lot of sun as there was when we were building it, and there are very many flowers, fruits, vegetables that I'll come over here and work for JBI and then I'll go home to my yard, and I said, what is wrong with you? My gardens look pretty good, but they're not as nice as these plants. You can get a lot of information here today from the people who are here. And I wanted to recognize a couple of people, and some of them have already been recognized, but I'm going to ask right now for all the Kiwanis members to stand up. I want to see all the Kiwanis. Hold your hand up if you're standing already. All right. Sal LaRock has been invaluable in this process. I did not know him before this project. So we're in Deano's office, and I generally pitch hit for engineer, architect, whatever, for JBI. We're in Deano's office, and as we finish talking about the damage to the garden, Hurricane Ida came, all the posts were down, it took the fencing with them, the plants were shredded, trees had fallen. We also had a little termite mound in our original wooden garden. So this garden you see behind me is all steel containers, raised height for both disabled and special needs and the seniors, okay? It's not an ADA, but we came close, that's all I can say. So I was introduced to Sal like this. Oh, when we're leaving the meeting. Oh, Debbie, call Sal. Sal LaRock. I said, you got a number for him? He says, yeah, I'll give you the number. So I met this most energetic man. I can't stop him. He's like the Energizer Bunny. He goes and goes and goes and goes. So he had a vision, and this vision was for seniors to come here to the garden without having to do a lot of physical exertion and plant their own plants, and in the process teach their grandchildren or other children, and that expanded into the special needs garden, teach them that they can enjoy Mother Nature. I can tell you, when I get a bunch of okra in, I am so happy. I start giving it away to my friends. It's a pleasure that only people who are founded in Mother Earth can enjoy. This garden costs $75,000. So it's a generous donation from Deano Bonano, who, as you know, he's like the Swiss Army knife of Jefferson politicians. He can do anything. He knows everybody. He's the brains of Jefferson Parish, in my humble opinion. It's true. It's not bragging. It's true. It's not bragging. So, and we did want to recognize as well the people with JBI. Every JBI member who's here, stand up. Jefferson Beautification. All right. All right. Thank you for all your contributions. Sharon Hanahan and I divide the duties of project management, East and West Bank. We've done some Hope Haven projects and other things together, and she's very easy to work with. I also want to make sure that you know that if you have a handicapped chair, wheelchair, or anything today that has wheels, there is a loop in this garden, and it is paved. The garden is paved with limestone, but it also has, for that purpose, a grid of plastic circles, and those plastic circles hold the limestone in. If you go off the path, you're going to get mired in like rocks, okay? So stay in that loop if you have a wheelchair. And let's see, anybody else that didn't get recognized? We got Sal, we got Deano. Contractor, okay, thank you. Mario Waterhouse built the original garden. I did not know this until we bid to him, and he was the low bidder. So he was very enthusiastic about the project. His firm is Creative Landscaping, Creative Gardens and Landscaping. He's on the West Bank, but he comes here to do a lot of work. And he has a professional licensing requirement. This morning he was hoping to be with us, but he is so sweet. And he did a lot of stuff for us, including sprucing up the Lynn Parker Memorial Garden, which is just down the track here. Okay. Let's see if I've gotten everybody. I've gotten all the weeding people over here with LSU Ag Center and the Master Gardeners. Did we miss any groups? Okay. I would like to recognize Leslie Dunn. Leslie Dunn is with the Special Needs Center, and it's in the Alario Center. Okay. And they do they do a lot of services for special needs children. So I knew there was an Ilario Center, but this opened my eyes to what's really sitting right next door here, literally at the Old Saints training facility. And I'd like to thank, did we thank Leo Webb and all of his guys? Thank them. Okay. Got it? Oh, yeah.
So they can go.
When you leave here, after the ceremony's over, Leslie has had the children paint pots. So we'd like you to pick out a pot and also pick out a plant to go in it. We have cactuses, we have flowers, we have ivy, and I want to thank Ann Rizzo and Debbie Block, who's back there, for supplying me with the plants that we needed. That will be your favor for today. And then I think Sal's going to talk about the food. Thank you. Okay. Got it?
Well, I can't believe I'm going to do this, because once you turn him on, you can't turn him off. So we're going to turn the microphone over to my good friend Sal LaRock with Dawn Busters.
Good morning. How are you today? Wow, I'm living a dream. 2.5 years ago, the Honorable Stand Up, Miss Jimmy, and Marcel, and Mel, and Mike, we met with Councilman Bonano, and we said to him, we have a dream. We have a dream. We want to have a garden. We want it for special needs. We want it for seniors. He took us seriously. First, he gave me this beautiful piece of ground in the back, and we spent a year on it and found out, oh no, it doesn't work for a specific reason. So he gave us another piece of ground, and we spent another year on that, and oh no, it didn't work. So then I got a phone call from this wonderful lady I had never worked with about she has a goal for me, and she set a goal up that Mr. Bonano would help us to form this garden here. This is a dream. We are Dawn Busters Kiwanis. We do one child at a time. What you're seeing here is a collection. I have a partnership with Leslie with the Ilario Center, Marvin and Wayne. Let's give them all a big hand. Marvin and Wayne with Snap. They're the greatest. Where's Herb? Herb with Magnolia. We're going to have, and of course I have to give Debbie credit. Debbie had 3 people research, and they found that this is the only garden of its kind in the region. So congratulations, Debbie. Don't forget the word almost. Debbie, forget the word almost, Debbie. Okay, it is the only one of its kind in the region, so we know we're going to do really well. So thank you, but I have a special guest for you. There is a company that has adopted our garden, and they have an animal with them. So get ready for this company. Oh, and by the way, I have a partner. And you don't want to meet him, but I'm going to bring him up. His name is Mel Dussel. Come here, Mel. Mel is our mascot leader here. So I want to introduce Mel, mascot, and he's going to introduce you to who our new garden sponsor is and their animal.
Well, first of all, thank you. But I want to let you know that Dawn Busters Kiwanis is a volunteer service organization located here in Metairie. We are 170 men and women. And one of our greatest members of all time, it happens to be Councilman Deano Bonano. So Deano, he has a dual role here. But what we do is, our main goal in life is to help children, the elderly, and men, women, and children with disabilities. And if you put them all in one, this is what it is, okay? We go to all 56 Jefferson Parish schools every year, and we teach kids how to read. We help teach kids how to read. And this is going to be a great venue for every school, every public school in Jefferson Parish. Now they have a place to bring their kids on a field trip. And when they come, not every time, but a lot of times, they're going to get to meet the official mascot of this facility, and that is the Geico Gecko. And just so you'll know, we do 50.
Pictures. They've adopted the whole garden themselves.
We do 54 presentations at the Jefferson Parish Public Elementary Schools, 27 in December, 27 in May, and the gecko is going to be at every single school that we go to. So, on behalf of all the Dawn Busters, thank you for coming. Deano, you're fantastic. I hope you ordered your 200 turkeys. Anytime you need help from the Dawn Busters, we'll be there. And the gecko says thank you because he not only eats insects, he also eats vegetables. Thank you.
All right, and last but not least, my new partner in crime, the person I enjoy working with, Chris. Chris is in charge of the other side. I think that he should tell you exactly what he does with LSU and the Master Gardeners. He is the person I have adopted. Now remember, I got to tell you one thing before I Chris up. When you're finished, the legendary Frank Scafani from the Scafani restaurant has cooked a spaghetti dinner for you. So you walk around and go to the back, and we are, Dawn Busters, feeding you a legendary Italian meal today. So we love you. We want to give back. Now, we're going to ask you for something later, but we love you right now, okay? All right, Chris.
DawnBusters.org. Hi, guys. All right, that's a tough act to follow, but my name is Chris Dunaway, and I am with the LSU Ag Center, and we are here in Jefferson Parish. I am your local horticulture agent. We actually do a lot more. It's the agriculture and natural resources, so I get tons of questions about all kinds of stuff. But we're right there in the Yenny building, and our job is to disseminate the information to help teach gardening and proper cultural practices. Everything from planting trees to planting gardens to getting your soil ready. So this garden for us is our demonstration garden so that it can show off to the residents of Jefferson Parish the kinds of gardens that they can have, the kinds of plants that they can have. So as you come in, you're going to pass the butterfly garden with the pollinator plants that are going to be annuals that don't take a lot of care. Then you come in and there's herb gardens on the right and raised containers. Then there's in-ground beds and more raised beds, things like this. We have a booth over here with tons of information. I'm looking forward to talking to all of you guys and answering any questions you have. Thank you so much for coming.
Ladies and gentlemen, take this picture, please.
I told y'all, why don't y'all turn him on?
Chris, get in there.
Oops, sorry.
No, we're going to have the gecko cut the ribbon with us.
Oh, yeah. Thanks.
I do want to mention we have representatives from Mike Quigley from Dominic Impostato's office, Ashley Ellis from Scott Walker's office, and my assistant Angel Calais from Council District 2. And Mike Inks from Lieutenant Governor Billy Nungas's office. Thank y'all for being here. That concludes today's talking part of the ceremony. Let's go cut a ribbon. 1, 2, 3. All right.